Lucky greetings, guys. Hello.
Hey yo,
How is everyone doing? I hope fine.
Gucci on this Saturday.
Yeah, this Saturday was a magical day for me.
Right, chasing the clock.
Yeah, it's fine though. Professional streaming channel. Um,
Are we rolling? Is everything working?
yes, should be.
Noise.
Discord sound is good. Game sound is whatever. Oh, there was one problem. There was no video input. Oh my god, this game. Now it is. Haha,
Always
everything.
something.
Never change. Um, need to do this. Come on. Nice. Do I have a fishing rod here?
You for sure have one at your storage somewhere.
Exactly, somewhere.
Okay, I see.
Now, somewhere where is this magical
If nothing else works, you have an item finder.
rod? I don't have a fishing rod anymore, apparently.
How is that possible?
Well, it happened. Like, I needed a bit of space, and there was this fishing rod, and I was like, I don't need it.
That's what you think. This is basic. You need one.
Now I have
Somewhere
one.
at least. Good.
Come on. I bought it. Here. Also? No. I didn't get the griffin from yesterday. No.
Better luck next time.
We'll see. So guys, today we are going to talk a bit about Dragon Dogma 2. Where is my horse? So since it's a sequel to Dragon Dogma, uh, there are a bit of expectation from people, and the game looks pretty nice for now, with some
That is true.
small discoveries yesterday that kinda uh, gave us a small of bad feeling.
A bit, yeah.
We're gonna talk about that too.
Right. Let's start positive. The very first thing, it gives me, in a way, Ashes vibes. The first time that I have seen the game. There are particular elements there where I really see a connection to Ashes. In specific, with this system that NPCs do not indicate right away quest giving what to say.
Information about the quest.
Yeah.
And it's really nice that you talk to an NPC, and I hope you don't have a log like in BDO on the right screen. You have like a book that you open and you can type it yourself, or you can read on the notebook, kind of the quest, what the NPC told you in a way.
Yeah, also your paws are giving you small hints or such where to go, what to do. So there is no hand holding for you. You really need to figure things out for yourself and pay good attention to what you're currently doing. What sort of task is there for you to fulfill?
Yeah, and you need to understand a bit.
You are
So
pretty fast
yeah, what do you wanted to say?
with the quests.
Yeah, it's pretty nice that you have to pay attention to the NPC, and if you don't understand, you're kind of a bit lost, you know. So you need to put your head to work. Because if you understand another city than the guy told you, you'll be like lost, searching for something that is on the other side of the map.
Right. I will have to see it in action. I will just spawn myself with a few let's plays so that I get a feeling of how they implemented this system and how fun it is, or just how much frustration it is causing to people.
This kind of system was implemented in a really old game. Hi, Hanzo. Yes, we have models now. Um, it was implemented in a game that I played a long time.
True, it is not something that is new, it's just that it is something that got lost in the latest years because games wanted to be way more convenient to players. Where, as a negative, it also started to be hella simple and plain. We're just clicking through quests and are waiting for it to end.
Yeah, like right now you're just going to from NPC to an NPC and press
That,
and
and to be fair, really, the quests, there are certain type of quests that by now really make me laugh. It's these sorts where you go to an NPC and it tells you, please talk to this buddy of mine. And that dude is like 10 meters across the street.
talk it
And
yourself.
you turn around and you would be like, guys, just shout it at each other. What the heck do you need me for?
Yeah, exactly. Like they are exactly not even 5 meters. It's like next one each other, and you have to talk to both of them. At least if you need to talk to both of them, start the conversation from the other NPC. Like it's constant talk. It's homogeneous. I think it's a really nice word to describe it.
Yep.
And it's not something that it cuts in between, like this NPC is telling you something, then you have to go away. You can even wait 5 months to talk to the
Right.
other guy that it's
And
important for the
you as the
text.
player, you're just reduced to some sort of messenger pigeon between these NPCs.
Yeah, I mean, if you should be a messenger uh,
Pigeon.
pigeon, okay, they said that. At least make it with it does make sense. Like you can be like, oh yeah, go to this guy and tell him this.
I know, at least something with more value, not just trivial stuff where you are left with a notion of, come on, guys, what the heck do you need me for?
Like, I don't know, for example, I need to deliver this letter, but as you can see, I'm working on this weapon, blah blah blah. And you get the letter, you go to this NPC and location, and you find this NPC dead. And you're gonna fight stuff there and discover thingies. And you come back with the letter and tell the guy who what happened.
Something, yes.
Something like that. But going a bit up back to the questing thingy that got lost. I think it got lost mostly because people are lazy and in an MMORPG you really don't want to waste your time with questing, going here and there, reading each line of the NPC text to understand what he really wants and if he's a good person or a bad person.
Yeah, because the end game just became so much prominent that everybody nowadays is just like, whatever, with the stuff in between, let's just all rush to be max level and have the actual game rolling for us.
Yeah, like you put the whole focus on the end game that are just few dungeons, a bit of PvP, and nothing else. The world is just a placeholder at that point. Some games have this huge and beautiful world, and all you can do is just two world boss fights that are exactly in the same spot. Let's take BDO for example. At least here you don't have TP, you can't TP, so you kind of explore stuff, but you have the same stuff in the same places almost, and the world starts to get meaningless more you progress into the game because higher GS you have, less spots to grind for you there are, right?
Well, your grinding spots are changing, though in BDO it's actually not that bad because many events that are here in the game, they lead you back to the early areas. So cities like Velio or Heidel are still important to the end game players. So the rewinding of going back to areas in a game that you have seen from the very beginning here in video is actually decently done. There are other MMOs where this is way more complicated. My personal best example to this is Terra, where, yep, after you have leveled to the cap, everything, all the smaller cities and villages became so unimportant. No one was there. And some people who started the game as new people, they didn't see anybody. It was really like a ghost open world up until the moment where you are 65 and finally together with all the people that are sitting in the end game.
Yeah, and they try to do at some point some stuff too, but mainly everything everywhere where you went, it was kind of empty. The only filled stuff was the last city, the end game place, let's call it like that.
Yup.
You could teleport in front of all dungeons and it was easy transport. So the world became meaningless. That there was no reason for the world to exist anymore.
Anyways, in Dragon Dogma, I mean, this is not an MMO. There, the progression, the slower progression makes sense. you are not rushing to any sort of MMO end game.
Yeah, like the
You
story,
have
it's in
the
your
single
hands.
play experience. I just gonna be really curious, like how it will look like. For me, this is a bit of a first testing of this particular system that we also will encounter in Ashes, and to see what sort of reaction does it do with people. What sort of feedback will this have? How much frustration will it cause, perhaps?
I don't know if it will cause much frustration, but as usual, many people will have a lot of stuff to say, positive and negative. That's kind of normal.
Right.
But as mm, since it's a single player game, I highly doubt they will have problems, except some bugs that they don't expect and some bug fixes that will happen eventually.
Would
Ah,
surprise me if there are no bugs.
oh, there will be a lot of glitches that you can do, like one hit stuff by changing weapons or doing stuff like that. That's something normal that happens in games. Like people test a lot of strange things just to break the game.
Alright, sure, yes, people are very experimental and like to test the limits just to see what sort of stuff they can tweak.
For example, I know two glitches in Elden Ring that I have no idea how people could have found that up. Like you have to do like 15 inputs in 1 second for one
What
glitch, yes.
the heck?
And for the other one, you have to be almost millisecond precise. And with the square resolution and 30 FPS. It needs to be
Wow.
extremely precise. So
Wow.
tell
Okay.
me, how the heck did you find that?
Because I'm telling you, at this point in time, there are really people, to them, this is a dedicated craft. They just exist for the sole purpose to find bugs and glitches such as these in games. This is their whole fun. This is the main reason why they go into games, to figure out how they might break it. That's why I'm also saying that dev studios these days really need to be super cautious about their game, because we see that these type of people do exist, and you have to be prepared for them. They are hamsters. They will be there day and night, just really just to see on what you might have missed out, to find the loopholes, and also to figure out what might could be exploited.
There are a whole, how can I call them?
Forums and
Communities.
Reddit do exist on this stuff, yes. It is a particular sort of gaming person, if you want to call it like that.
Mostly people hunt that stuff for speedrunning. There is a category called any percent, and it's not restricted. You can do anything you can just to
Yeah.
improve your time. and people are actually trying all kind of stuff. And each time something new is found, everyone is doing that. It's really funny to watch some speedruns from time to
Right,
time.
there's the other side to that where you can say the fans are existing and they're just waiting up until something came out so that they can play on it and see if it works for them too.
I think for a single player game, some glitches like that are really not that important. But for something like MMOs,
It
that's
is crucial.
that is crucial. So Elden Ring from day one that glitch was discovered, those two glitches were discovered. They are still in the game right now.
I
So
can imagine.
they are so hard to do. It's no point to actually patch them, even if Elden Ring has some PvP system. But at least
Yes,
people, nah.
they're hard to perform, and probably with that also would be hard to get them out.
They could take them out, but it will change a bit the UI times. And for people that do speedruns, it will mess all this community up. Because 1 millisecond in UI animation will change a lot of things. So they really don't bother. Just for 10 people that actually use this in gameplay to mess with the whole community.
Indeed. Well, fast travel is also out of the window in Dragon Dogma.
I really like that companies nowadays are trying to remove the TP and all fast travel from the games. I mean, in a way, it's good when it makes sense, but when you need to explore the game and have fun, it's a bit strange to have a fast travel mechanic.
In a single player game, it makes absolute sense to me that this sort of convenience got ripped out because honestly, you've got all the time in the world. And with that, the game really just tells you there is no rush. We want you to explore and to have an adventure here. Take your time. In an MMO, it becomes a bit more complicated. In particular, when PvP is existing. Because when you try to help somebody somewhere and you are on the other side of the world and you would just want to be there for your guildie or for your friend as a helping hand, but you can't because you just know you will take ages to be there and probably then the fight is over. Yeah, you are left out with a bit of a sour taste and frustration.
Yeah, but mostly because we are kind of used to this kind of PvP system that you TP and everyone TPs in the same place and harass someone. Like if it's a 1v1 and I get that people comes and help them,
Yep.
but I think an intervent from the guild should be okay when the 1v1 turns into a harassment. So when the guy that is lower gear gets spawn killed and stuff like that, okay, that's not good. But when it's just a fight, uh, that the lower gear guy goes back in fight and he's like, oh, but this guy is jumping on me, and he calls the whole guild just for his stubbornness. That's a bit kind of what happened in many games, and what happened a lot. in PvP. And yeah, we kind of know that. Then
Many PvP fights have some silly beef to them.
I mean, if there would be a fast travel mechanic, I think people will start to travel a bit in groups. The
Mm-hmm.
solo play will kind of diminish, and everything will have a small preparation behind. Like uh, when you log off, you don't log off in the middle of the forest. You go to the town where you talk with your guildies and gather there before the night. And next day in the morning, or when most people are logging back on, you are already in the area, so you don't have to travel a lot. I think this new uh, travel mechanic, that it's just removing the fast travel, will change a lot in PvP.
For sure, pretty much it's gonna have a big impact. As I said, for Dogma, it's totally fine since it is just you and your pawns, your AI generated companions. How is it for you that the classes are called vocation?
I have an idea. Sorry, I'm eating too.
Okay.
Mm. Okay, I'm taking big bites, so it takes a bit longer to eat. um, Vocation. Hmm, that's a good question.
One letter away and it's just called a vacation.
Oh, that's a nice way to put it. They want to put it in your brain that when you play the game, it's like a vacation. You take your break from everything and enjoy the moment.
Exactly. Just go into this fantasy driven adventure slash action game. Forget about your problems and everything in real life and just lure yourself into this fantasy narrative.
Well, why I think they're called vocations? I actually don't know the story, like the main storyline and the lore of the game. But if I have to think about it, I think it's because you, in a way, get born with what you can be in the future. Like it's a vocation, it's meant to be for you.
Yes, there's this thing with the dragon that apparently was about to kill you, but then he rips the heart out of your body, on which you don't die, but instead you become an horizon, how they call it. And as this chosen person, you need to travel through the world, explore the things for you, and go on with a path that is all leading back to the dragon in the end.
That's nice. It gives you a purpose from the beginning. Talking about dragons, what do you think that dragons? What did you think the first time you heard the dragon talk? If you watched the dragon fight thingy, some video with the dragon fight.
I did, and of course, it gave me a bit flashbacks to a particular movie with a certain character. But I think that this is on purpose. It just really gives you this Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones vibe. The medieval setting with legendary beasts. It just adds to the whole scenery that you are encountering there, which really looks good in my opinion. When I saw the game for the first time, I got some feelings for myself where I started to think about it to play it. But as always, the one thing that is missing there for me in all of these vocations would be a true supporter class. And the ability to play with a friend from the very beginning. So when I found out that it got confirmed that there is no multiplayer or co-op version at this point existing in the game, yep, I completely stepped back. And I'm going more to the idea of simply spoiling myself with a lot of Let's Plays. But buying it for myself, nah, sorry guys, most likely not.
Yeah, I know it's kind of a bummer that it's not a multiplayer game. It would be awesome to play with someone.
Yes, to
Like,
me the trailers were, sorry to interrupt, were a bit misleading. I did not perceive these other avatars as my paws, as my AI generated companions. I really thought that those are other players, since you also see names there like Max or Carl. Apparently, you can name them. But it all gave me the illusion that this is a true party of actual people. It got me pretty excited up until the point where I found out, nope, this is more like a Genshin Impact setting or Final Fantasy 15, where you have the main character, or you are the main character, you are directing your avatar, and then you have others around you artificially.
yeah, it kind of baited me a bit too when I've seen some videos, and I was like, oh, this looks nice. You can play with other people and have fun and fight. You have classes and stuff like that. Then I found the app. I don't remember how. That was a single player game with.
I think you got suspicious because you checked it out on Steam and the tag
Oh yeah,
co-op was not existing.
Anzo said medieval Genshin sounds like a cool game. Yeah, I watched on Steam the thingy,
Yeah, I know.
and it was the single player, and that was it. There was no co-op, no multiplayer. Then I searched a bit on Google and found something that the developer yeah, is not intending to do anything related to multiplayer and co-op, and I was like, no, why?
I have the same question because to me this is really a missed opportunity. I think that this game has so much potential to be a multiplayer. And right now, it would have given so many people, so many gamers the opportunity to grab their friends and go into a really amazing fantasy open world narrative. But I can understand that it is hard for a developer to predict in what sort of time they will release the game. That right now, where we totally have this void in the gaming genre that we're always looking for the next good thing that we can also play with friends. That a game like Dragon Dogma, when this comes out, so many people would have their eyes on. Of course, yeah. How should they have known in advance?
I have a feeling that Dragon Dogma will have a suspicious mod that allows you to play multiplayer. But I don't know if it's possible. Modding a game from single player to multiplayer is extremely hard.
Exactly.
But since you have all the models and everything, it should be possible. Like, they managed to make Elden Ring fully co-op, and they are using a different server technology than Elden Ring. So I think it should be possible.
Was Elden Ring coming up with that completely on their own? Did they already have something like this stored in the back
Elden Ring has
for the future?
no, Elden Ring just has a strange co-op system. You can summon a player in a region, and after you kill a boss or a big enemy, the player that got summoned will disappear, will go back to its world. So this mod allows you to always be together in the same world, no matter what happens. Even if you die, you kill a boss, you leave the region, everything, you are always from the beginning of the world, the save, until the last boss, and after. And you both share the same world files, same items that you drop. It's really nice. It's really nice made. So I believe Dragon Dogma will have a small possibility in having a multiplayer mod made by someone else, not by the.
Debatable, I guess. Because in Dragon Dogma, it's not only the player, but the player is also very much connected with his paws.
Yeah, you remove one pawn for each player that it joins your world, and you just need to do the connection thingy, and only the host will have the pawns that follows him. The other guy is free without pawns, and so on until you get a maximum of 4 people. And you get no pawns at that point.
I understand where you are going with that. I would say for the very first person, this is easy because yeah, for one person you remove the possibilities to have AI pause, but the other player who becomes solo heroes that they will that their soul connection with their powers is completely cut and this causes no troubles. I think that is a true challenge.
I think it's possible. I've seen many impossible things with games and mods, so I want to believe it's possible. So
If it's
I
happening, it would be truly cool.
so I don't know how much I will spoil stuff for myself, since I know someone will try to do something. I
Right.
forgot.
Anyways, at the same time, I mean, the dev studio behind it, when they track this down, the question remains: will they let it happen, or immediately remove it, or make it even bannable?
If the game is not connected to the network, it's to their network. If they don't have a network system, they can't detect it.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do whatever you want.
Famous last words. Yeah, yeah.
Even for Elden Ring, there are many things that you're not able to do, and it's still possible. Even if they add an anti-cheat, you can start the game without the anti-cheat. I'm playing without the anti-cheat on Elden Ring, actually.
I still think that Elden Ring, the people there are more amenable to the idea that people make mods around their game. This has kind of become a thing for the Elden Ring IP.
No. All games have mods. There is no game that I know that has no mods at all. Even Genshin has mods. Uh, Even Palworld that came out not much ago, in the beginning, the first date, still got mods from the first few days of the game.
I'm not saying that it will not have mods. I'm just saying that you still need to wait for the reaction of the deaf people behind, how amused they will be when they see certain things. And if they will allow it to be there.
Well, I'm pretty sure they can't do anything if the game is not connected to a network. So I'm 100% sure they can't do anything. Because they can't
We're gonna
detect.
see soon. After all, it is releasing in a couple of days already.
I will predict.
Sure, make a prediction.
Maximum 1 month. Maybe a few weeks, 2 weeks. Between 2 weeks and 1 month, we're gonna have a multiplayer mod.
Alright. Well, if it will exist in a way that you don't face any repercussions by using it as a regular person, I am back on track with the idea of playing the game for myself for good.
Okay, so if you are worried about getting banned or stuff like that, I should worry to get banned on Elden Ring. The co-op mode for Elden Ring is 100% bannable. That's why the mod disables the normal co-op system, disables the anti-cheat, and you can't be detected. I'm playing co-op with some friends of mine for a long time since the co-op mod last year came on. And
Okay, sounds
flawless.
good.
People streaming with the mod on. It,
Starts to sound promising. All right.
famous
Sure.
streamers.
Okay.
So the worst thing they can do is beg Steam to, oh, see, this streamer is doing this game with my game with the mod that I don't want him to play with the mod. Can you ban it? And Steam can be like, yeah, okay, or nah, I don't want to. That's the only thing they can do. But I don't think I never heard about bans from any single player game yet. But it will be really awesome if you can play actually.
It would be amazing, really. This game by itself has already so much potential to just be with your friends if it would allow it on its own.
I think in half a year, 1 year from the release of the game, we're gonna have a full healer class and a way to manage large scale multiplayer. A mod. I'm talking only about mods here. The game looks really nice. The game has so much potential for an MMORPG. And I know there will be a mad guy who's gonna make an awesome mod for this game.
It doesn't have to be an MMO. It is really enough for that people get the opportunity to do this together with some buddies.
Yeah, you can make like a 4 party. You start the game with already 4 people, and you can choose even a healer class that is not actually in the game. It's another vocation. Since, in my opinion,
Yeah.
a healer would be strange for the game to have right now. As a single player, you will have to heal some bots. And it's strange.
Don't worry, I know very well why a dedicated healer class is not there. Exactly for this reason that you just said. When you are the main character that is just accompanied by artificial NPCs, yeah, you don't want to just stand in the background and heal your AI companions. A healer is the most fun when you have actual people in front of you. So I get it why they chose to have the vocations just as DPS Fiesta. Regardless, if we get the opportunity to be in a multiplayer and with some sort of vocation we can start to be a supporter, yeah, then I will be in heaven. I would totally be in heaven.
So, why I'm saying that, there is actually a mod for Elden Ring that is almost a DLC. It changes everything: map, classes, weapons, bosses, new weapons, new magics, everything. And when I saw that, I was like, nah, this is fake. This is not real. And I saw that, I played that myself, and this was, oh my god, you want to believe the change.
I do believe because you really cannot underestimate the effort some people put in some games. I'm trying to remember this game, but I can't at the moment. There is one, I think it started with star something. This game really only started to shine because all of the mods that got implemented there. And the best thing about it was that the studio behind it, people suspected they on purpose were not defining certain things or make it super detailed because they knew they have a community there already who is so entwined with their game that they are just waiting to make mods for them. And it happened. It really happened, but and also in a rapid speed. Within 1 week, there were mods beyond, or how to say, over the moon. Like they overhauled the inventory, loading screens, how your character is behaving, NPCs, visuals, graphics. So many things altered. So I totally can imagine what might come if Dragon Dogma is so successful as I think it will be, and certain type of people feel really encouraged to go full ham on these external files.
For now, it's just to be hope that someone not in the right mind would do something, because you do not need to be okay to do mods like that, because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of stuff to do, a lot of changes that needs to be done, and it takes so much time.
So far, it looks very promising that it happens, because this game, it lays out all the potential. It is actually already there. You just know there is a gap, something that you just need to fill, and boom, there it is. It exists. You have boss fights that are really engaging. You have an open world that is stunning. It is already a thing that you need to be tactical with your movement in certain moments during combat. It is much about strategy, figuring out the weaknesses of your foes, and not just brush in and slaughter the stuff right away. So, if you are able to do all of that, not just with an AI group, but with actual people, this is amazing. It's exactly what good content does on giving you extraordinary memories with your friends.
I mean, fighting like that with people is really fun. Like, the combat a bit reminds me of Monster Hunter.
I know, right? In specific, when you see the fights with dragons,
Yeah, and you
and
can
when you can jump on the
yeah.
head and slice the neck, stab the eye, you really get Monster Hunter vibes there. So yeah, with that, I think they are garnering a good amount of people from various games because they get vibes from their previous games. People that like Lord of the Ring, that like Monster Hunter, that like Dungeon and Dragons, they will pretty much, in my opinion, all flock to Dragon Dogma 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really immersive game, and when you have a really good immersive game and good graphics, good combat, it's really fun to play. And if you take your time to complete the story and you don't rush anything, you will have a blast every day, every minute you're gonna play the game.
Right, and when certain conveniences do not exist, such as that you know exactly what to do during a quest line, instead you have to pretty much figure it out on your own. It is another layer when there is someone or others next to you thinking together what to do instead of that you're just brewing there on your own. And the only ones that are talking to you are the pawns. I think this is also a selling point to Ashes that, yeah, when this kind of stuff is ripped from the game, that it's not much of a hustle because it is an MMO and you get encouraged to talk with your friends like, are you realizing what the heck we have to do right now? I'm so lost. Beats me. I am sitting here since half an hour and I'm pretty much stuck.
I see the same thing I saw 30 minutes ago. Uh,
Exactly.
yeah, but it's for a long time that I wanted to play
Same here, really.
A
I
game that
mean,
doesn't have TP and stuff like that.
that, but it's also for me a long time or longer where I saw a game and my initial thought is like, doesn't look bad. How about we try this out? Do you have a healer class? Are you multiplayer? No? No? Why are you doing this to me? Exactly. No, honestly, this trailer made me approach the game like when I see a new showcase of an MMO. I'm like, dedicated healer class? Socializing with others? Group party elements? Yes, yes.
What would be nice is that they make an expansion that implements multiplayer. Like,
It could be because really there's already a good amount of people that say your game is amazing. The only sour point in all of this is you did not implement a multiplayer. You missed out on something where really a lot of people are seeing the potential to have this and make it even more awesome.
yeah, there is actually an issue with that. The expansion
Like,
will be 30 more euro, and the
oh, come
game,
on.
the full game will cost 100. Because yeah, with the multiplayer there will be a new zone or something else, really small, just to make sense for the price. But the main attraction of the expansion will be the multiplayer.
Who says that? Sorry, what are they called again?
The company,
Yes,
Capcom.
Capcom, exactly. Thank you. Who says that Capcom is a company that charges you all the time when they do a sort of bigger patch or DLC?
Monster Hunter World. You bought the game, DLC came out, you bought the DLC. Same price almost.
Oh, so you're saying they have done this
Oh,
moderation
they can
before?
do so much more.
Okay. No
But
thanks. I will just hope for freelancers who right now are very much inspired by the whole situation. Did they feel encouraged to do this for us on a more free basis?
would be nice. What the heck do I have to do this place? Oh, I'm stupid. I like that the feeling that gives me when you enter the world is uh, Ashes of Creation with all the vibe. Then you start the fight, you see monsters around you. I gave me a bit of a feeling of Elder Scrolls, Skyrim, and uh, when you start fighting, I got this Dark Souls-ish vibe of combat system. And then I've seen the grappling on the head of the dragon, and I was like, wait, this is familiar. This is a Monster Hunter world.
That's why I'm saying they will really have a large amount of people interested in the game because they took inspiration from a lot of other IPs.
It's nice to see them doing a bit of mixing.
It is good. Really, you don't have to invent the wheel completely new. It is fine when you just take particular pieces and then make it into something new that is engaging again also under this premise.
Yeah, I mean, as I said multiple times, as long as the game is good, I don't give a shit. The game,
It does look pretty good.
yes, it does look pretty good. Now, I'm always gonna be skeptical on any game that doesn't show you too much of the gameplay and everything. For games that keep everything for the last moment.
Right? But with Dragon Dogma, I would say they give us enough. They're not really that secretive. We have some really nice videos out there that show us actual gameplay.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff to watch about the game right now. But still, how much of the storyline? How long is the game? Because yeah, they could just make some polished stuff and take the testers to the game and have the rest a bit unpolished, you know. But yeah,
Sure.
they are making pretty good games, so it's a bit strange for me to be skeptical. But yeah, I don't like to trust games
It's okay.
much anymore.
Having a good suspicion is not bad. Though what I see here, it looks fine and decent to me. It's not like that they rushed their development. This pretty much took like almost a decade to have the sequel. And it looks finished and polished in my eyes. Except that they did not want to have multiplayer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't get over this point, I'm sorry. I can explain it to myself that to have this sort of game, what they give to us right now, took already a lot of time. Especially to have it on that level that really looks this good. So they decided to not trouble themselves on top with the multiplayer function. Anyways, I would have just wished so much that it is there.
When the game launches, for the first week, I would keep an eye on the modding, on a modding community to see if people are looking for multiplayer. And if I don't see anything, I will probably start playing it.
Same
Like that.
here, honestly.
If gonna say something about any multiplayer mod coming, I will wait for it. I will wait for that and play when the multiplayer it's coming. I feel this is that kind of a
Yes,
game.
I agree. Mm-hmm.
I feel this is that kind of a game that won't be replayable too much.
Yeah.
Unless they did some cheeky stuff that another game that I love it so much, which is Baldur's Gate 3. You can replay that game as much as you want, and you will always have something different. Always.
I would say to a certain degree they want you to replay the game because I've heard that there are aspects where sometimes it can happen that during a quest line an NPC can even die, and with that the following storyline is indefinitely lost to you?
Not really. I think they said something about you'll be able to talk to the NPCs in the Dead Realm or something like that.
Okay.
So if something unlucky happens, you don't have to restart the whole game just for that NPC. You still can talk to it even if it's dead.
Okay. I understood it in the way that, yeah, your actions have absolute consequences and it can lead you to this or that route in the end, where certain things then are not available to you anymore. On the other hand, other doors open up at the same time. And this is kind of the beauty of the game,
I really
that
like
it
this.
leads you to different routes.
I really like this randomness in the game. That, as you said,
Yeah,
something can
it,
happen during a quest.
it starts to feel like more like a real adventure
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
with real consequences.
For example, some on the last test that it happened a bit ago, people entered the world, and some of them got in between those rocks that you start that adventure, I think. And the griffin, the boss, was already there, and the griffin was attacking them in between the rocks, and they tried to run and climb to fight it and stuff like that.
Lol.
And
Okay.
for some player happened this, for some
Yeah.
not. I've seen someone that actually got attacked by the griffin inside those in between those rocks. It was really funny.
Right. It is just nice when not everything is like super linear and people can talk differently about their experiences without that you get the notion it's pretty much the same story with just a few alterations.
Yeah, but it gives way more immersion into the game if
Of
random
course
stuff
it does,
happens.
yes. Yeah. It
And
because it starts to look more organic and natural, not just static and simple.
yeah, exactly. And when you do something, it's not this. For example, if you're gonna play the game from the beginning, uh, that monster or that stuff won't be there when you're gonna start again or gonna get to that point. Everything moves more dynamically, and it makes you more immersed into the storyline, into the
That's what
fantasy.
happens. Yes. Yep. For me, it was really funny to see this bigger Minotaur mock that apparently exists in Dragon Dogma.
Oh, the Minotaur, yeah.
I was like, honestly, right now, after the showcase of Ashes, I see another game that has a pretty convincing Minotaur boss. What are the odds? What sort of coincidence is that? Not gonna lie, the Minotaur in Dragon Dogma looks great.
Not only the Minotaur, all mobs looks great.
True, for me, that really this one in specific. Other mobs, I have seen in different games. A griffin, okay, yeah, even in BDO there are griffins. But for me, a minotaur is something slightly out of the box. Or also this female sphinx or sphinx type. That the picture that was kind of viral around the internet.
It's viral even in my thumbnail.
Yeah, with this greenish female face that is crowned with a lot of feathers.
Yellow eyes, really cool. It looks awesome. I love it.
Same here. Yeah, this altogether made me want to play as well. If it wouldn't have certain restrictions. Or not restrictions, but it's just that when this kind of stuff is missing in a game, I don't wanna give away above 50 euros.
Yeah, I mean, the
Just that
price is a
I
bit
am
high.
alone. It is the regular price at the moment. It's just this like that.
We're gonna
But
talk about the price too, but
when I give away half 100, then yeah, certain check marks must be there, such as I can play with my friends from the very beginning.
yeah, but it's fun
And
in a
on the
way.
best of the best, I have a supporter class.
To be honest, it's kind of funny that they have companies started placing games so high because other games make way more money than they make for this kind of 70 euro game. It's crazy. A lot of people can't afford a game like that. It's so expensive, and they are cutting so much player base out of that. And there
Yeah,
are
wait, did you?
games with 20 euro or 30 euro price that is way more successful than a AAA game. For example, Palworld. Palworld made millions already. Really? I had to go into the boat of this thingy? Ugh.
True, Palworld is really very successful. I think the difference is that no one expected it so much with Palworld, while Dragon Dogma 2 already is the sequel to a game that showed a successful encounter with people, so they could build on that success. They knew they had a community existing with them that was waiting for a second part. And when this is like with a subscription base, when you know that there are people, you can charge a higher price despite when you are not that sure how many would actually be interested. So you start with a lower one and then you get surprised by your success. And
Yeah.
this is what happened with Palworld. They did not have a community. They were just hoping that all of the people were still so much into Pokemon, even as an adult, and were just waiting for a mature version of this. But it was more based on hope, I would say.
Yes and no, but I mean, if you make a good game, like Palworld is making patch notes after patch notes with bug fixes, like in a few days, I don't know when, but they announced already the next update with they published a raid boss like today, and I was like, wow, this looks awesome. And I think my game crashed. Yep.
Oops.
And yeah, when you are invested into the game that you're making and making a good game, people will buy it anyway. And if you make it affordable for everyone, you will have triple the buy number. And if it's triple and you halve the price, you still get more money. Because I want to play so many games right now, but they are so damn expensive. I can buy 10 games at 70 euro. I'm gonna end up on the street. It's so expensive.
Lol.
Like even one game at 70 euro for me, it's 1 month of savings even. I really need to think in advance for a game that costs so much.
I get you.
More, this applies even more for poor countries that
Of course it does.
they really can't afford, and that's why people crack games. There are so many games that are 70 euro that are cracked so everywhere. Why should I pay 70 euro for a single player game that I'm gonna play just by myself? And just for a limited amount of time, because you're alone and you're gonna get bored after 500 hours of a single player game.
It's a
500
very good question. I would say that it has much to do with the department that does a certain evaluation in advance to see how big of a success your game might be. And with Power World, I would guess that the prediction was rather high. Like they really could guess that such a game that covers this topic will have a really good response with many people, since it also gives you nostalgic strings with the Pokemon theme. While Dragon Dogma is just having their one installment. It was good to a certain point, even successful, but not like something where everybody knows about it. Because there is even a video out there right now, because the second got announced and it already goes viral, that says in the title, Dragon Dogma 1, the best game you have never heard of. And this is true. I have never ever heard of Dragon Dogma 1. It's just right now that it comes into my personal perspective.
Me neither. But
See?
listen for 1 second. If a game is
Sure.
good, YouTuber and streamers will
Yeah, but
100% hear about it.
being good or not is rather subjective, okay? It can work out in the end. It also cannot work out in the end.
But for big companies, they can show themselves. Capcom, it's huge. If they just announce a game, there will be a hype behind that game, no matter what happens.
Dude, I'm telling you, the people that made Diablo 4, I'm telling you, they thought that they made a good game. In their subjective perception, they thought, yep, they did a good game. Up until the moment when reality hit them and they got the leash back from the players. Not right away, because yeah, they could build on a hype and a lot of people bought it. So in the first week, they made like 600 million. But afterwards, it became crystal clear. But I'm telling you, these people, they did not sit in the office being like, what a trash. No, they were actually thinking, yep, pretty well done, everyone. Congrats.
Yeah, but now back on the price. If Diablo 4 was 30 euro, do you think people would have complained as much as that they complain now? Because you have to pay 70 euro for the game, 20 euro for the battle pass, other 20 euro for the other stuff, and it accumulates so much.
Right. In between what they are adding, this is just telling you that apparently for themselves, they even got the revelation they will not make this much money with the game, so they are just trying to milk as much as possible in a quick time before most of the people lose absolute interest. Later on, yeah, this is a story that tells you when the revelation, when they hit reality and figured, okay, no, we do not have that much of a hit. Then they changed the course and just tried to milk you of as much money as possible.
That's the course of all
Dragon
AAA
Dogma
games by
2,
now.
I would say, is not trying to milk you, because afterwards there is not a battle pass or whatever. But yeah, the initial price is just for them to ensure that their investment after 8 years blooms up into something decently profitable.
Yeah, okay, I understand your point, but I'm gonna keep on my idea that triple A games companies are greedy as fuck.
Most are, yes. Other companies, they really just try to come by and keep rolling and ensure some financial stability so that they can go into another phase of development for several years.
Which one was the game that tried to put a triple A or quadruple A game? I forgot the name of the company
Oh
that.
my, oh yes, I know, I forgot to. Yeah, there was one quadruple, and with that,
Dude,
yeah, I know.
you can go fuck yourself with your quadruple A game.
Yeah, no, this was their statement why it is now this amount of money because we have exceeded AAA. We are actually now quadruple.
You have
But
no idea the
the
rage I had when I heard
the
that.
reason why it was quadruple, what made it was so ridiculous and silly.
I deleted everything from my mind. I don't know
Me
anything
too.
anymore.
Me too. I threw it out. I was just like, oh, come on, guys, stop kidding.
I'm
This
getting
is so
so
cheesy.
tilt when I hear bullshit like this. And I get
Right.
so angry. And
That
so
and it was
right
just so
now, I'm
cheesy.
boiling. Now I want to punch something. Just because I said quadruple A game. Oh my god, I'm so angry right now.
I'm triggered.
Oh my god.
I
Yeah.
totally forgot the name myself.
I don't want to remember the name. It's good that we both forgot about that.
No, really, my brain threw this out as what a BS information. You're kidding me. I'm not even bothering trying to hold you in my my brain cells.
It's funny. How can you rate a game before it releases? A triple A
Because
quadruple game?
they implemented something, and because it was there, only this this element for them it was the reference to why it can be a quadruple now.
In my opinion, players should decide what game it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, I would also say please leave that to the community that it is so good or that people are rating it to high heavens that it comes from the community saying this is no longer triple A. For me, this is the standard of quadruple now. But don't rate yourself. Yeah, this is cheesy.
Even triple A games. Like how many triple A games came out to be trash? Diablo. For it was a triple A game? In my opinion, not at all.
No.
And who came with the idea with A, double A, and triple A rating? It's so lame to call stuff like that because it's supreme. Even on fridge, it's A. Seriously?
I don't know. As the economy. I guess they also just wanted to have a rating system, and someone was like, "Okay, let's
Okay,
use
let's
the
strap
standard."
the fridge rating system from yeah, we use A. Perfect for games too. Man, I love people. Sometimes are I'm really surprised how humans
I
think.
get you.
Just No, I'm not opening this door. No. Mm-mm.
Then let's go back to Dragon Dogma.
Yep. Thank you.
Back to the dragon itself.
I want to pet that thing.
I was amazed by the fire that this beast is spitting out. This looked so convincing to me.
Oh yeah, the fire looks
I can't
so
believe
good.
that I am saying this now, but honestly, this fire spitting out looks even better at the moment than what Ashes showcased so far.
Well, Ashes it's still in development. So
Yes, I know, that is what I'm saying so far. This dragon there, this is not just some stupid mindless beast, this has real substance. Alone for the dragon, I could be persuaded to play the game.
and that was only one dragon that we've seen.
I think I have seen a few. There is the red one that is,
The black one.
yeah, there's a black one and there's the red one from the main story, I would say, with which you are so entwined as a player because he has chosen you.
I don't know about the red one. I don't think I've seen it. I just seen some images.
Sure.
But I've seen the black one a lot. It was from the showcase videos, stuff like that. But they're really nice, really creaturey. They high poly.
Right.
I'm curious though, the big lady harpy, I don't know what is that. I'm gonna find out up soon. But I'm really curious how it looks. What's the deal with her?
I would predict that as soon as the game is out, she will become viral again
Oh yep.
and become a very popular thumbnail choice. After all, this bigger mob or boss really looks cool.
Imagine if it's an NPC. Just you can talk with her twice or
Nah,
thrice,
no
yeah.
way. I mean, it could be that it is both.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
she is talking to you, giving you riddles because it would just suit the character of a sphinx-like mob. And at the same time, there comes the point where you have to fight her.
Probably. This sounds good. I like this. I want to go with this. Yep. Let's see. Let's see. As soon as I see a thumbnail with that, I'm gonna click on it.
Yeah, I guess I will do exactly the same. And I hope that she's actually some sort of entity that you can talk to. In case that she has a good voice. I just remember something. There is another point where I say a bit left out opportunity. When you see scenes, pictures, or videos of the available races, the human type and the beast one,
Yeah.
I got disappointed that the beast one with the voice lines does not really sound like, how to call it nice, a furry?
That wasn't nice. But yeah, it's
I
uh
would have expected way more growls and hisses, or a, when they roll with the R, or even some purrs in between.
that will be cute. But maybe, just maybe they forgot to add stuff in the thingies now that they the test game that they had, and maybe the launch will have the sounds for them. Maybe.
I hope so, but I am not truly convinced, because in this method, they also take the route of ashes, and they're giving you away the character creator in advance, so that people don't need to waste that much time with it when everything is full on release. They can just load their characters and step into the world right away.
Then that
So
character creator.
when the character creator is here, and apparently this is the full version, and there are no such feline sounds, to me this tells they have missed out on this as well.
Yep, you're right. I didn't think this that way.
It's fine.
They will manage.
Sure, they will. It's just that with all of the other elements that they put in to make it a more immersive adventure for you, to not think about good voice lines for your beast race, that they just sound like regular humans, that's a bit strange for me. But perhaps they had at the end a slight pressure, or not enough time anymore for this polish of the game.
We'll find out, I guess. I mean,
Or it will go into the same route like you mentioned before, someone. Yeah, but how do you make a mod with voices? I mean, you would need somebody who does
you
the actual synchronization.
you will be surprised how many things
Ah,
can
once
be
again, I
possible.
see. Okay. Anyhow, the beast race really looks oof. What you can do there in the character creator. I mean, first of all, it looks super convincing. And secondly, alone the fur is beautifully done.
Yep, the fur looks really nice and fluffy.
Yeah, it has a shine, and you just wanna put your fingers there.
Yep. Oh my god, I really want to play the game. It looks really nice, and it gives me so much vibe of Souls-like games that it's not that easy to play. It's more hard, and I'm really curious
Right,
how it feels.
right. The Souls like people might be, I don't want to say disappointed, but I would guess they need to think differently. Not so much in regards of perfect dodges and parry, but more that, yeah, you are not a standalone hero. You need to orchestrate your party and do good group managing for the fight in order to win.
Yes, yes. This kind of resembles a bit of um,
Older Final Fantasy games. At least this is my personal reference.
yes, kind of Final Fantasy and what's called? Oh my God, why? How I forgot that. Baldur's Gate. That you have a party, you have skills, and you can equip each member of the party, and so on and so on.
Okay, okay.
And you really need a strategy. Like you can't put random stuff. It won't work at all.
No, you really need to find the patterns and the weakness of your enemies. You need to be able to figure out what sort of perhaps elemental disadvantage they have. And when you have figured it out, that you can apply it to the combat. People even say that you need to take into consideration also your surroundings, that you can find some advantages in the spot to be on a rock or to put it into a corner.
Yeah, like in Monster Hunter, and have the environment do stuff for you and help yourself with the environment
So
stuff.
it looks like, yes. I guess I would just turn down the blood splatter and my personal preference. This is a bit overdue for my taste, but I know a good amount of people want to see this, in specific when they sit on a dragon.
Yeah, yes and no. People do strange stuff.
But it's not strange, it's just that it is common and you can just either have it on or off in the settings, I would guess.
I think there will be something that reduces it, but I don't think it will reduce fully.
Yeah, fully might be a stretch, since it really seems like a core element. I'm wondering right now, is there actually a gathering system?
It should be. I mean, I've seen in this guy that I watch, I think his name was Maximilian Dude. That's his
Yeah,
channel.
sure, yes.
And at the beginning, right at the beginning of the video, he was collecting some bones from the ground. So
Okay. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. After all, the world has so much stuff to offer to you that you can gather is next hand logic. It's just that I don't have a particular gathering scene in my head right now.
I don't think it's much gathering. All videos, I think, are most focused on combat and how it
Yeah, they
moves.
want to showcase the mobs and the field bosses, of course.
Yeah, so the only gathering action that I remember is from this guy and collecting some bones from the ground. That's all I remember.
I can imagine that it is a vast system, after all, with the world that is presented to you, it just really looks like that it invites you to simply explore what you can grab for yourself or gather and then test out. The one thing that I remember clearly is that there is a cooking system and the ingredients look like almost hyper realistic.
Ooh. Now I remember some nice thing that I don't think I ever seen in another game.
Like
You can buy uh, beer for other NPCs or drinks. Like you can go to the
okay, now it makes sense for me. It is pushing you much towards the AI people. They are your companions. You talk with them a lot, so that you are even socializing with them is not so much of a stretch to me.
no, not just your party, to the whole tavern.
Yeah,
Like
no, I mean the same. That you do this with everybody, every NPC type existing in
oh
this
yeah.
world. Because yeah, really, the game just pushes you to have a certain bond with them. Starting with that, you are encountered. I mean, accompanied by AIs the whole time from the very beginning.
Yeah, they need to make the AI more interactive and more nice when and realistic, let's say it like that, to not make you feel like this is boring.
Yes,
I think in the Dragon Dogma 1 it actually
your
was this
pause.
issue.
The thing that I've heard is that already in Dragon Dogma 1, your paws are talking to you.
Yeah,
For
but it's
some
not.
people, it became annoying, and for others, it is promising that they do so, and are just not mute around you the whole time.
Yeah, what I meant is that in the first game they were
Yeah.
not so how can I say? I don't. I'm missing the word. So complex. Like the
Yes,
text
the
lines
same.
were
The
kind of.
same. Yeah, I also heard that the story in the first one wasn't actually that much detailed. There were definite loopholes. And this is all something where they worked on for the sequel. They took the feedback and it wanted to make a sequel also for this reason to give the players one more time a version in this universe just better.
Yeah, that's nice to hear. I mean, the story is really important in a single player game.
Yeah, it is what keeps you going.
I wish it's not kind of the same story each time if you will ever play the game from the beginning. Like, not what I mean is to have different paths, like, not just to rely on casual events. Like,
I think this is very much happening with the way how they describe it right now. How easily you can alter the story for yourself just because you make this or that decision. There, every time you choose for something, it has actual consequences immediately.
that's nice. I really like when when you can do stuff for yourself in games. Like, if you want, you can massacre an entire city. Can I move? And decide if you want to be good, bad. But no matter what choice you take, you still can finish the game.
Okay, on that notion, I do not know how much you can be an anti-hero in Dragon Dogma. This needs to be discovered. But it's a good point, let's see. The only thing that I have in a way confirmed is that you have various choices and each leads you to a sort of different route.
Yeah, I mean, if there are routes, there should be a kind of a path, good, bad, neutral. You change your you change your path. Something that must happen. Is not like, okay, you still finish in the same way, or the difference is really not noticeable. Because if it's what could be a big change? That's what I'm thinking right now.
I would guess that you can be an anti-hero up to a certain degree. When I know that it does exist, that NPCs can even die. So if you just choose to do this on purpose, there you have it.
You'll soon be torn apart by my teeth.
What comes of it at the end, I cannot say so far. If you sabotage yourself then too much, or it will still be a pleasant experience for you.
What I want to try, if I'm gonna play the game, I want to kill all NPCs without getting a bad reputation, if it's possible.
Making it look like an accident every single time.
Mobs actually follows you indefinitely, so you can get a horde of mobs into a city, and yeah, let them fight for you.
Okay, yeah, nice, nice.
But it's it's nice to have mobs follow you indefinitely. Like, in a way, you have to be careful. I mean, indefinitely as long as they see you. I mean, if you go too far, they will stop following, I guess.
I
But
would also guess, because indefinitely that sounds a bit like a stretch. Like forever? Mm, I don't know, guys.
like, if the mob keeps slowing you down and you are still in the same field of view of the mob, he will keep following you. Or if you slow down for him to catch up, stuff like that. It's something that I didn't see in years of games, and it's nice to see that this is back.
I would say it like this. If the aggro range is a bit too much and mobs are following you too easily, it can become quite annoying. I have my personal PTSD with this from Guild Wars 2, where I can only describe it like this one YouTuber. You know, when you go into the open world and then you encounter this asshole mob and he just summons his three asshole buddies on you up until you have an army on your butt. Yep. That is the experience of Guild Wars 2. And I could really only scream at certain points. Like, come on, you're kidding me.
Yeah, but I mean, if you do a mechanic like that, you have to be careful at the aggro range. And for some games now, I see that the aggro range is really, really big, and it's really complex. Like it's not just the mob is with the bag and sees you like in MMOs. In this kind of RPGs is more precise. Like the mob needs to be with the face. You need you need to be in front of them without covering yourself after a rock or fence or anything. So if you go to a path, I don't think any mob will aggro randomly on you, and if you are on a horse, it will follow you for a bit, or maybe it will be like with will see you, will be like, I should attack this guy. Ah, it's too far, never mind, and it won't even move from the spot. But it's going to be seen what they will do with this aggroing. I mean, they're already finished, so I just want to see how it works. But yeah, I'll be like, oops, this dragon got into the town. Not my fault.
It can be really fun when the aggro range isn't that large and more in close proximity, so you are able to dance around mobs. I have a fond memory with that from Terra, where when it got released and you had the opportunity to have a cosmetic item for yourself by reaching gathering level 300, I was finding out a path where I was able to go into really higher level areas and just dance around mobs to hit the rocks in order to have my mining up to 300. And people were just wondering how a freaking level, what was it, 15, 18 character could have this halo ring around its head.
I don't think the issue is the aggro of the mobs. I think the issue is in MMOs at least there are too many mobs in a certain spot, so you can't go to a spot without mobs seeing you.
Yeah, totally. Just look at BDO. Certain grinding areas, there is a pack of 20. Yeah, no way did you dance around there.
Like if I want to gather with my shy right now, I can't because higher zones are packed with extremely powerful mobs that my shy will get one-shotted. And like, okay, that's I have to grind with my shy to get gear and not gear for uh maybe it works even with the gathering gear. It gives you DP, right? So should be okay. But yeah, you need gear to actually grind gatherables together in this game. But in a game like
No way around it, yep.
yeah, in a game like Dragon's Dogma, definitely there will be spots where you can go kill the mobs and they won't respawn, and you will have free time to gather as much as you want. Or there will be spots where mobs are really not spawning. Because here, like in BDO, you kill a pack of mobs, start grinding, and you have to kill them again. You didn't even finish the first item to get it from the ground. Like you can grind alone. You need someone to constantly kill the mobs. so you are the most efficient.
One thing that we can still mention about Dragon Dogma is that the night cycle looks super interesting. Like it's pitch black.
Well, all I can say about that is I'm gonna shit myself every minute.
Like I'm getting jumped. I know I'm getting jumped. Any second it will happen out of the bush that I can't even see.
I know. I mean, I am just at least you can see those beautiful eyes in the dark, and you're like, okay, there is a mob, but some mobs will be with the back, and you won't see the eyes, and you'll be like, oh, there's no one here, and then at some point you make a step and you see all mobs turns towards you. You see 100 eyes around you, like, oh shit.
Yep, something just happened. This was the wrong decision. I should have gone left.
Well, it looks really nice. I wonder if there will be items or stuff that will increase the range of you can see, because the dark it's 0. You see nothing around you. You have just a bit of light where you are, then nothing. Is pitch black.
Yes, it remembers you of the real old days in BDO when nighttime also meant you are surrounded by pitch black space. Not like now in remastered mode where the moon and the stars are so bright you still see pretty decently. One thing that I am remembering now, I'm not sure, does Dragon Dogma have a weather system?
Probably. I mean, not
But
probably
did we see?
100%. I didn't see anything about weather.
Yeah, same here. I did not
Uh,
see rain or snow.
I maybe I've seen a bit more darkish, like it will start to rain, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, clouded. I also
Yes.
think I might have seen some cloudy footage, but real rain and so on.
Yeah,
I
no,
know.
but there is definitely rain, snow. I don't know if there will be hazardous weather with thunder and stuff like that. Really,
At this point, I would just expect it to be there. Otherwise, it is a next left out opportunity.
I'm gonna steal them 1A because that's if they don't have that, it needs to be an AA game.
Yes.
If they want to be an triple A game, put everything inside it. It needs to be a premium, supreme game.
Yeah, an intricate changing weather system on such a scale. When you're surrounded by such amazing visuals, you just want to see it in different kind of weather settings.
Yeah, but I mean, it will definitely have something because it looks awesome, just normal weather, and it will be really boring not to have anything else.
Precisely.
I just hope that with the weather change, environment and mob changes too. Like, for example, reptilian race mobs will be more active because they are cold-blooded and they like the rain because it's cold. When it's dark, some night animals or night monsters will be more frequent or have a different movement pattern. Would be a bit interesting. Like maybe at night mobs will come closer to the roads to ambush people.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
or at least that you have different sort of mobs, like nocturnal ones.
Yeah, but with this it's is the thing, how do you spawn them? And when do you spawn them? Right? When
I'm
I
not a game developer. I don't give a damn how you do it.
yes,
Just
yes,
do it.
I know, but you know, I like to play a bit with to make games under quotation.
No, no, it's fine. I get it.
So I'm just thinking, how will they manage something like that? Because you have to remove the all the day mobs and put in the night mobs. For example, for some
I'm not
skeletons,
saying that you should remove all the others. I'm just saying that in particular, when the night is here, that you can encounter special ones, special nocturnal types.
well, it would be like ghouls and skeletons. That would be easy because you just
Yeah,
spawn them.
or giant monster owls.
Yeah, but from where are they coming from? That's what I mean.
Maybe they will spawn out of some giant ancient trees. That's something
Okay,
an owl would
yes.
do, right? Thank you very much.
Actually, if you say about an owl, yeah, this is possible 100%. You just spawn it in really high in the air, and it's coming from out of render distance, and it's sitting in the into the forest. It just picks its spawn location, but it's moving by itself. It's not just popping there like mobs in other games.
See,
And
see?
if you just spot it by mistake, it's like, oh, okay, this is a mob that it's appearing because it's night. It's coming towards the forest to hunt, you know? Gives more immersion.
Indeed. Yep.
I really wish that many developers would think like this. I know it's hard to make thingies, but the owl, you just spawn it out of sight and it flies towards where it should spawn properly. So this is a bit easy approach to implement night mobs. What the heck? Okay.
Now, if you want, we can go a bit back to the vocations.
Wait. And when
Yeah?
it rains, those worm like monster come above the ground.
Ooh, no. I don't need this.
Or wait, when it rains, some puddles can form with mud, and then if you fall into them, there are these smallish, biggish worms that gonna start chewing on you and deal you damage.
Ew, yikes.
Oh my god, this is actually a really nice idea for a kind of horror-ish game.
True. Exactly the type of genre that I stay away from.
Me too, I don't like horror. I mean, I like creepy. What I don't like about horror is because horror, it's people think horror is more this of
I
jump scare
don't
stuff.
like exactly. I don't like it because they do so much with jump scare.
Why? That's not
And it
fun.
and it freaking works on me, and this is demolishing my fun.
Yeah, for me, it's not fun when I get scared. Like a monster comes out of nowhere and just shoots screams into my ears and my eyes. And I don't like that. I don't mind if it's a horror game that everything is creepy. You have really strange monsters and stuff like that. But when you throw stuff instantly on my screen, I hate that. I don't like that. Nuh-uh.
Same here. This is not my type of coffee.
Baby tiger, I saved the tiger.
Nice.
Great majesty stretching upward toward the sky, Tebek
So back at the
Aww.
locations.
take from our land.
Look
And
at them, they are so happy.
Terrible grief has burdened their souls.
Yeah,
Of
sorry,
course
back
they
to the
are.
vocation.
This is okay. No, it's fine.
Freed from their pain to live their lives in tranquil peace.
I really like how this magic archer looks like.
Oh, yeah.
This bow with those circular spells, this has such an artistry.
And with the homing arrows.
Yup, I
Ah.
totally support that.
It looks really nice. I might actually try it if I'm gonna play.
Yeah, lol, same here.
But what spikes my interest now, it's the assassin. The thief. Okay, thief. Assassin is a thief, but more agile. Why is thief a class, not assassin? I really wonder
Maybe-
how fantasy worlds came to the conclusion that thief should be the name of the most agile class.
Because you assassinate someone by stealing their property.
I don't know you, but in 80% of all the games I played, thief never had anything to do with stealing. It was just an assassin. Plain assassin. I was like, why? At least give it a proper name. Assassin. Easy. It makes sense now. 2 knives, really agile, shadowy.
Yeah, but when you have a medieval setting, then assassin sounds a bit too modern. So they go with something that is more appropriate to this timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah. Details, I know.
Ooh, what's this?
Mage is also cool,
Oh,
but I would say
yeah.
still, the typical stuff. Apart from the ice spell, that looks like deadly awesome.
Yeah, it looks really nice. Everything, all animation, skills, all classes are looking really nice.
You can cascade the ice forward. I know where they got the inspiration from that. I can also only just compare it to My Hero Academia. But I don't mind. Let yourself get inspired. It is really nice to see this in a game implemented.
I mean, it's nice when games take inspiration from anime, other games, and movies. Because when you
True.
watch an anime movie, whatever, you're like, oh my god, I want this. I really want this. And then no games do that. Then it comes
Yeah,
the game that
after
does
all,
this, and
game developers are also just people and nerds.
yeah, not all of
And when
them.
you are in a position where you have the opportunity to create in your own medium, why not?
Yep. I'm curious to see a bit more advanced skills and what other abilities, combat movement there are. I'm really curious about this.
I know, right? The augmentations, what will happen to your class when you are encountering those senior masters where stuff starts to fuse with other vocations, even?
Yeah, that's something that they refuse to show, I think, just to keep the hype up.
Of course, it's not good if you just showcase everything from the beginning and you take it away from people to have the first time experience to them while playing the game directly. Once more, I was like, what are the odds that these people also have the system that you need to find your master or your senior in order to expand the skill tree? I just heard this from the Dune
Yeah,
MMO.
I was like,
Like,
what?
what the heck? Deja vu?
Magic.
Really magic.
This rabbit from Land of the Morning Light, it's so cute.
I know, right?
Look at this. So adorable. I'll give it a carrot, but I don't have. Actually, I should have, but it's for my horse, I'm sorry. I wonder if the classes will be able to kind of going towards a path, change totally the gameplay. But I don't know. Would be nice to have, let's say, the warrior. You go for from more of a uh, shield and sword to maybe dual swords or a really big great sword.
That I can't say. What you see for the moment is that you can augment yourself with more magic so that your dual wielded sword is induced with, for example, flame magic.
Ah,
And
it
it
need to be
becomes
seen.
rather fiery.
Yeah, yeah, that one. Yeah, yeah. I mean, in Dragon Dogma 1, I've seen that there are great swords and stuff like that, but I was wondering if this stuff it's more, how can I say, binded to weapons, or the weapon is just something to have to attack with and use skills, or skills banned for the weapons too.
True is also something that we need to see. How much everything is bound to the weaponry.
Oh my god, let me take my horse. I'm not working 4,000 to 3,000 meters. Oh my god.
I guess that sums it up.
Yeah,
We know so far about the game.
yeah, I don't think I'm trying to dig a bit up in my brain to see if I forgot something, but I think that's all I know for now.
It's pretty much what we all know at this point. Even though in a matter of 1 week only, we gonna have more information to
It,
our hands
it's on
since official release is happening.
it's on 21st.
22nd.
22nd. I was 1 day off. But yeah, it's less than 1 week actually.
Right?
And
It's pretty cool that people don't have to wait that long. Everybody that got on the hype train.
and anyway, the Twitch, YouTube will be filled up with this, so there will
Absolutely.
be everything possible.
A lot of people are really interested. No way that this just launches and everybody goes silent. People will have a good amount of opinions. For the better or the worse,
Yep.
needs to be seen.
I still hope they're gonna surprise us with the co-op that they told, yeah, we're not gonna have co-op, blah 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 blah. And
They
on day on
cannot.
release,
I'm so sorry to tell you, they cannot. Not when they just recently confirmed to the people, guys, sorry, but we do not have any sort of multiplayer or co-op implementation to the game.
they're just joking. Come on.
Oh, yeah, sure, they're just joking. Oh. Nah, you already made your prediction, and I'm signing to that too. That some people will be so engaged and take it up to their personal challenge to implement this made by the community.
It will happen if there is really no multiplayer. People are really want to play together.
The players are already craving it, even though the game has not been released. So I guess this will just spike up further and further.
Actually, let's see. Wait, I think
You think?
I was searching for a mod for Dragon Dogma 1 to see if there is something.
To get a feeling how far people in the community are already invested or how it was in the past.
Hmm. I've read something that kind of put on the ground everything I've said. Already on Steam there is Dragon Dogma. No, this is not true.
Too early.
I don't think there is more else. I think the game needs to have something specific to be able to be modded for a multiplayer version.
In case that it happens, we can just go back on this topic on another stream.
Yep.
And for now, we scratch slightly on the new Vindictus game.
Oh yeah, I will call it the how it's called man
Defying Fate. To be
the
fair, you can also
Jiggly
just call
Physic
it...
game.
Yes. No, the typical Asian physics on female bodies.
Yeah, I think that's the most attractive part of the game for
Of
now.
course it is. That's why you find videos about that, even in the thumbnail already on channels like Asmongold.
Yeah, okay, we know.
With the title, "This game changed my life."
Well, I really like the how the graphic looks like, right? It's really clean.
I would say it's a standard at this point. And specific for a studio like that. After all, they did the first Vindictus game, and now this is also just a sequel. That we might see released in 2024 or 5, so... Yeah, guys, of course it has great graphics. From an Asian MMO, you know, this is like check mark 1. Amazing graphics.
Now I want to go a bit fast into combat. What I've seen,
Okay.
it gave me it a bit reminded me of Terra Combat.
You are not off with that at all, because the first Vindictus game was, I believe, either at the same time or prior to Terra, and they were similar. People even said, if you don't like Terra, just go play Vindictus. Combat style wise. The problem with the first Vindictus game was that it had not really an open world. It was just like you had certain main spots where people were gathering, and every other aspect in the world was instanced. More or less, you just ported yourself towards dungeons and I guess even battlegrounds. But it was not like the classic type of an MMO where there is a vast world for you to explore. which was the main critic of the whole game. But combat was amazing in Vindictus.
I think I played the game for a bit. If I remember right, that was some time ago. But if I have to go to the combat system, yeah, it looks really nice. I mean, it has those dodges that you can dash left and right. You have this.
It was among the first action combat MMOs.
Oh, that I didn't know.
Yeah, I would need to check it, but I actually think it was prior to Terra. That this was like 2011.
Oh,
12.
really?
Yeah.
I don't remember the one when it came out, but I mean, back then I wasn't a big gamer anyway, so yeah. But I was a bit surprised with this video, with the newer game. I was like, yeah, whatever this could be, and then I was like, wow. I wasn't wow just for the first part of the video, okay?
Ah, okay. Not when the outfits were explored
No,
with certain physics.
not at all. No, it was the combat.
It was the science.
But I got that small nostalgia when I've seen the combat. I was like, oh yeah, this gives me a Terra vibe, and again I wanted to play it, but enough Terra.
As always with myself, when I hear the word MMO, I go like dedicated healer class. Yes? No? Maybe? So as long
Now,
as I don't see anything in that regard, I keep my emotions very low key.
yeah, I mean for me I'm a DPS brain dead player. I just DPS. It's all anyway. It's always healer's fault or tank. So easy life. And yeah, I've seen DPS stuff, so I was okay. This looks nice.
My wish list is fulfilled. DPS Fiesta exists. Awesome.
More when?
Are we gonna see? I think what they did right now was a sort of alpha. So beta or betas are still need to be installed. And yeah, release is something in the future.
I have a question.
Oh sure.
Did you see any other fake alpha beta game recently? Did you hear about any of that?
From Vindictus, you mean?
No. From games. The old fake alpha that it's already a finished game that you just buy the alpha and spend money for no reason. Did it happen since last time we played solo? Let's say solo.
No, not really that I.
Did they kind of chilled out with this scheme?
Nah, they didn't. Because the last time that I heard about an alpha beta testing was surrounded by the game Throne and Liberty. And a lot of people wanted to play
Ah,
the alphas and also the betas. But guess what? They just made them for internal company testers, which was among many red flags that indicated to you something is fishy. If you have a next gen title under your wing and you want to release it globally, where are the typical global beta tests at least? Why are you withholding it just within your company?
we don't know.
Oh, we do know. Because you're trying to be secretive and hiding something because you know that you marketed it completely different to what actual gameplay looks like.
Yeah, I mean,
So yeah, at the
they did
moment,
that.
I am waiting for another game, another MMO type game that has the balls to come up and be like, yep, we make actual beta tests. With even an open beta where everybody that wants to be in the game can be.
I didn't follow much the new MMOs in the past 1 year maybe. So that's why I was asking, because I really didn't hear anything about alpha by alpha testing and beta testing for the thingy.
Let's say it like this. The next MMO game in line that should do this would be the Dune MMO. Because we know that they are kind of done. The next phase in their development would be actual beta tests. Or perhaps maybe one more alpha. But after that, totally beta tests. And they should do an open one.
I mean, if it's open, I don't mind. I don't like the closed one that you have to pay for. That's what I don't like about the closed betas.
For me,
And
an open beta is a necessity. It just really is a first actual stress test on your server to see what happens if this sort amount of players are coming to you that you did not expect. How fast will your server hamster die?
yeah, I mean, on open it's a must for any game. You will have problems either way at the launch. For an MMO, that's usual, that's normal. But even the ones that had closed betas still make open one almost at the release time.
True, the open one is always close to release. It is really the very last step for many MMOs. Or, because I just remembered something, I scratched this out of my mind too. You make it like Palia, where you do not announce an actual release date. You just tell the people that you would be in a beta phase indefinitely. That gives you the perfect excuse to have an abundance of bugs in your case. Because you can just say, yeah, guys, we're still in beta.
Yeah, imagine a beta with pay shop.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's hilarious anyway. Really, really hilarious. Oops, wrong NPC. I'm curious to see a bit more about Vindictus now. What they gonna do with the game? Because what they
Same
shown
here.
by now, it's
For me, I just want to know how much are they still following the formula of the first Vindictus game? Is this now an open world one, or is it again more like you have a few gathering spots, cities, a main one, and everything else is pretty much instant? You just go to a bulletin board and sign yourself up for a dungeon run, and then you get ported there immediately.
to be honest, I don't mind this that much unless they make a really nice story. Like,
If you have a combat system like that, it is sad because you totally take away the chance to have, glorious open world fights because you don't have an open world.
yeah, but think it in this way, you kind of remove the whole running around left and right for questing, and
I know. It's just for my personal taste, this is too dull. It's really too dull. If you
yeah,
have an MMO, having a world to it is basic for me.
I agree with you. Uh, I
And when
like,
I have an action combat that operates on that scale, I totally wanna have open world fights where people are clashing on each other randomly, even in some bigger groups, even in raids, or GVGs, where this becomes big beef. I don't just wanna stand around like a puppet in a city and sign myself up to stuff to which I get teleported.
in a way, I like this, in a way, not. I mean, I can do side stuff, but I wait for the dungeon or what I have to do, what I'm signing on the board, right? And it removes all the uh, questing bullshit that many games has. Like, I hated so much BDO for the questing, so much. I still hate it, still doing
Yeah,
this shit.
because questing in BDO is just super boring. These people do not know how to fabricate a good story. This is just spamming R.
Bro, just let me skip all this shit. Put a button. Do you want to do the storyline? Yes? Okay, I do the storyline. No, skip everything. I don't need this. Like, it's pointless. Okay, some people like it. Make it for the people that like, but don't force anyone to spam R on on 10,000 NPCs just because you have a book that you need to complete 20k quests. That's which is so bullshit.
Yes, it
That's
is.
I don't know what is in their mind when they do stuff like that. Like, yeah, well, let's make a book
Because
quest to
people
make
were
20,000.
QQing about this. This was the weakest point for BDO for many years. People QQing about that we do not own storylines here. And they just got implemented afterwards or later on. But the dev team was never dedicated to this craft. They're not good with, let's call them PvE storylines. On the other hand, you have games like Final Fantasy XIV Online where people are all about the storyline and apparently it is rather good.
Oh, it don't. Yeah, I when I played that, I was like, ah, questing again. I hate my life. I just I know the story is really beautiful, but let me enjoy what I want to enjoy. I want to enjoy the end game. I want the fight. I want to see the splashy stuff. I want to see the dungeons. If you advertise the story really well,
I would go as far and say that with a PvP system in your game, in your MMO, an open world is a must. Because it does so much to the PvP socializing when you have particular spots where people are just dueling each other and come together. Outside of certain cities or areas in the open world. Terra was very prominent with that too. You know that yourself.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I know that in Final Fantasy the story is really, really big and really interesting.
Yep.
But when you are not in the mood, you're not in the mood to do the storyline. You just want to fight stuff, and the game just puts you to walk 3,000 kilometers because why not?
Indeed, but this will not change for people like us, I would say. Because as a PvP hamster, you will always have this in the back of your head like, blah blah, yada yada, where are the fights?
Yeah. Like at least in Genshin, for the story, you didn't feel like you want to do the storyline. Okay, you close the game, nothing bad happened. But in an MMO, time is money, so you can't be like, "Ah, I don't want to do the storyline today. I just quit." It's I don't think.
I would really not mind to have a good story if I like my game, if I'm really invested in my current MMO, then to a certain degree I would actually appreciate it when I know a bit about the lore that makes me feel more connected to the whole thing.
Yeah, me too. But what
The,
I want to
the thing is,
say,
I never encountered for myself an MMO where I really was like, wow, damn, this story. Terra, at the very beginning, yes. Later on, totally not anymore. Guild Wars 2 was actually something where the story got me for the first time in an MMO. So yeah, I can give them kudos. Blade and Soul was forgettable. Black Desert from the very beginning was forgettable.
wait, Black Desert has a storyline?
Yes, god damn it, it has at this
Oh, really?
point.
I thought the storyline it's e.
No, there is.
I mean, I've seen my black spirit grow, go back to baby, grow again, go back to baby, grow again, go back to baby. I'm like, what the heck?
That's the evolution, yeah. With that, you know that you have done something with the story when the black spirit is changing shape.
Yeah, but why back? Why the downgrade?
Beats me.
That's what I don't understand. What is this? Oh, fox trap, man. Sadly, I can't do anything about this. Oh, so unfair.
But
Processing
yeah, to have a
manufacture.
full coverage on Vindictus, we totally need more footage. It is intriguing what we see right now, yet we would need to know so much more to have a proper judgment. Is this just another generic Asian MMO? Or will it give us actually something new on the plate? Or go a bit away from the Asian cliche that we have right now?
Will be something.
I know, right?
Will be really something that this cliche goes down for good. I don't want to be like, oh, this is an Asian MMO. I don't think I'm gonna play it. I want to finally be, oh, this is an Asian MMO. I'm gonna play this. I want that the game kind of drives me to try it off without destroying all my expectations from the beginning. I want to play it. I want to say this looks good. This is nice. And I go in and maybe late I see I don't like this game and I'm not gonna play it anymore. Why this is not working?
For myself, I say you can capture me for like 1-2 years. That's fine. 2.5, 3 maximum. But not longer because, yeah, I totally have my expectations up for Ashes. And also the Riot MMO. As well as that I want to see what Ghost Crawler is doing. So, yeah, I give the Asian side like a few more years more, and then it can screw me.
I mean, I will still try different MMOs to see how they look since content. um, Even after Ashes will come, I will still try to find some time to try new stuff. But if I know that something is bad from the beginning, I'm not gonna touch it. Like if it's, I don't know, something Asian for now, that I know it's pay to win, the same stuff. It's really think it's the game was thought from the beginning for mobile and on PS only. I'm like, no, please take this away from me. Why this foxtrap looks so bad? Man, this game. Can I put signs on the ground here? Like in
You can
Terra?
try. No,
Uh,
not so much. It is possible.
I want to put a sign next to the trap. Foxes, stay away. But yeah. No, I don't want to see if the trap worked.
Turn around, close your eyes.
Mm. No!
What's happening?
That's a kitsune!
Excuse me?
Nine-tailed fox! Bruh!
Yeah, it is a kitsune.
If you were going to come running to me like this, why'd you push me away? If that isn't love, what is?
What? They even have voice lines? Voice-overs? For the quest?
Sink it if I've never. But my mature.
Some do, yeah.
Oh yeah, actually they have voiceover. Imagine how much effort they put in the quest and no one is doing the quest.
Yes, because they're just overdoing it. It's not just one line. They're talking like really too much.
I mean, they know better. It's their storyline, I'm not gonna read it. It's whatever at this point. I just
Also, there are too many side characters. You would be interested in this, for example, the Kitsune Fox Spirit.
yeah.
But all the other plebs around there and in between that you help, commoners. I'm sorry, it's just boring.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It doesn't. I mean, if the game wasn't so heavy on grinding and time,
Princess,
I would have listened to everything. Like
I shall still treat you
on Ashes, I'm mostly probably read all the lore and stuff because I'm really interested in that. But I'm not doing that
Sure.
right now because the copion will be too high and I might fall into a deep sleep.
No, no, no. You don't have to be worried because as soon as there's something else, you will arise from the bed and be like, copium detected.
Yep. Oh my god, I think I finished this.
Awesome. Better late than never.
All Land of the Morning Light questline. Wow. For all this questline, what did I get? 10 million silver. Wow.
Very generous. This is life changing, especially in BDO, right? You can buy so much stuff now.
Ruler of the T-Big. Why I don't have that open? It didn't give me the other slot. Requires KB water. KB water? Do I have KB water? Yeah. Nope. I don't have KB water. Black Spirit, come to me. I found it. I had a quest to complete.
Nice.
Complete Black Shrine Calamity 5. What the heck? Can I
Those are like
do
field bosses.
can I do those bosses
In
alone?
yes.
They are alone bosses, okay.
It's just that this calamity stuff is kinda like their power stage, so don't do it too high. Because it would be too much for you right now.
Okay, so and one after I do that I give to the whole server the blessing of the morning.
Mm-hmm. You do.
Uh I'm really surprised that this buff is not permanently up, all three of them.
Because the calamity level is a high one.
Also, it depends on the calamity level that the buff that
Yeah.
you give. I see. I see. Where is the potion? This is miraculous water. Ah, it's a scroll. This one. Mm. Nice. I have one more crystal slot.
Easy.
What do I have to do for the other two? Fairy and Fairy. Ah no, this is This is fire and it's not fairy.
Yeah, what you need there down is that you need to own Gamma's heart. And infuse it on your weapon.
Oh my god.
Yup, I know.
I mean, at least now I know that I have to do Garmot each week.
Yup.
10 weeks to do that shit. Yay. But
Dude, it is RNG.
it doesn't give you to
But
the quest.
nope, it's RNG if you might end up with a piece.
What's that Garmot quest line giving? I don't think I have it anymore. Yeah, Garmot's heart. Right?
You can do the quest line, but you do not end up with a Gamma's heart in the end.
Why?
Ask the game developers.
So this is fake?
More like an in-between settlement.
It takes way too long to get all bloodstones.
Exactly.
So you say that I will get the heart before I get all the 10 bloodstones? Man, that's some nice game mechanic.
It's a bummer, I know.
Okay, good to know. Man, game, yeah.
Game of the year.
I will live with, I will never unlock those 2 slots ever.
Nah,
That's,
don't worry, because it could be that you will have a Karanda's heart, which is more likable in chance to obtain, and with that you get 1 crystal slot
at
offered.
least one.
Yep.
Oof. Me sad. There is a questline for the inverted Garmot's heart, which can be used the exact same way as the Garmot's heart. Costs about the same silver to obtain. 16 billion? Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, I'm gonna live with that. I don't need that slot. I'm pretty happy without it.
At the moment.
I think I will have to give this account to my next generation to get something on it.
You wouldn't be the first one in BDO who tells their children or child to grind for them. No joke.
I have actually a friend that has 3 children, and I have a rough idea that he's gonna put his child
Oh,
to grind the games for him.
exploitation.
Yeah.
Is this child labor? Well, anything that you want to add to Vindictus?
Well, there is nothing more to add. The
It's why I'm asking if there are any leftovers on thoughts.
Nah. I mean, the video was short. There was like 3 fights with 3 bosses that I've seen, but all the same. The system is really nice. You have kind of a parry, dodge stuff. There is a lot of things that you can do. Finally, some real iframes that I wanted from a long time.
Indeed. But yeah, we totally need more footage.
Yeah, but this the
Proper
hype for this will
analysis.
still have to hold. Yeah, as soon as more stuff.
I'm not typing anything at this point. Not before I do not know how many classes, what sort of classes. Holy Trinity. Real healer, real tank. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's we gonna wait. As soon as news and something more clear will
Show up.
show
Yep.
up, I will
Then we can talk again.
I will bring this up again. Media, Valencia.
I agree.
Was Valencia the first city? No, it's Velia. But which
Velia.
the region? Valencia is the region of Velia, right?
No, Balenos.
Valencia, okay. Nothing happened.
Sure. Didn't sound like nothing at all.
I'm at the Magnus because I forgot to switch the thingy. So yeah, that's why I asked the region.
Okay.
And I was so close to fall down. Because character movement is really, really well made.
Ha!
Yeah, but extremely good progression tonight. We finished finally this Land of the Morning thingy.
Sight.
Yeah.
Light.
And we talk about Dragon Dogma, which is a nice game. I can't wait to see how the actual game is.
I guess we will have another talk when the official release has happened.
Oh yeah. Another talk and maybe some footage, something gonna be seen.
Yes.
Okay. Oh yeah, the sleep is
Lol.
yeah. It's coming. It's coming. I can't hold back
Tiredness is
anymore.
real.
Thank you guys for being here, talking with us. Really nice.
Thanks.
Thank you, Picrew, for the information about the Broadstones and Garmod's heart and breaking my dream of getting one.
Always appreciated to get grounded into reality in
And
video.
yeah, I mean, reality in video for me, it's crumbled for years already. And thank you, Anzo, for being here too. And see you guys in the next days. Good night, all.
Thank you for having me. Good night.
Thank you for being here.
Anytime.
Bye bye.